Rise and shine, my dear students! Welcome to my channel, in which we can learn something new for today.
By the way, my name is Alvi Albona Verenya, Bachelor of Elementary Education, 3rd year, Lit 1, Section J of Norsu, Shaton Campus. Today, we're going to travel back in time of Philippine literature under the American colonization. A brief history of Philippine literature under American colonization, where the Philippine revolutionists won against the Spaniards who colonized Philippines for more than 300 years. The Philippine flag was hoisted on June 12, 1898 as a symbol of independence. General Emilio Aguinaldo was elected as the Philippine Republic's first president, but he was only in office for a few months. Americans colonized the country, and in 1901, General Emilio Aguinaldo surrendered to the Americans. Filipino writers went into all forms of literature like news reporting, poetry, stories, plays, essays, and novels. Their writings views of their love of the country. Hence, Spanish, Tagalog, and the vernaculars, and finally English, were the medium used in the literature during these times. Let's move on to the features of Philippine literature under American colonization. Spanish and Tagalog and the vernaculars were the languages used in writing during the first years in American period. But Spanish and Tagalog were the predominated languages. In 1901, a new group started to write in English. Let's go to the creation of Philippine literacy works during the American period in the Philippines, was advanced by two significant developments in education and culture. First, the implementation of free public education for all children of school age. And second, the use of English as the language of teaching at all levels of education in public schools. It is where free public education made knowledge and information accessible to a greater number of Filipinos. Those who availed of this education through college were able to improve their social status and joined a good number of educated masses who became part of the country's middle class that would be embedded not only in the literature produced but also in the psyche of the country's educated class. The use of English as medium of instruction introduced Filipinos to Anglo-American modes of thought, culture, and life ways. It was this educated class that would be the wellspring of vibrant Philippine literature in English. There are three periods emerged in the Philippine literature during American period. And these are: in 1898 to 1910, the period of reorientation. Next one is in 1910 to 1924, the period of imitation. And the third one is in 1925 to 1941, period of self-discovery and growth. So first, let's talk about the period of reorientation. English as a literary vehicle came with American occupation in August 13, 1898, as they say, a choice bestowed on us by history. By 1900s, English came to be used as a medium of instruction in public schools. From the American forces were recruited the first teachers of English. By 1908, the primary and immediate grades were using English. It was also about this time when UP, forerunner in the use of English in higher education, was founded. So, in 1898 to 1910 period of reorientation, in this year, English is the medium of instruction in public schools, and the creations are El Renacimiento by Rafael Palma in 1901,
Philippines Free Press in 1905, Sursum Corda by Justo Juliano in 1907, the first work published in English, and lastly, My Mother and Air Castles by Juan F. Salazar in 1909. The next one is the period of imitation. By 1919, UP College Folio published the literary compositions of the first Filipino writers in English. They were the pioneers in short story writing. They were then grouping their way into imitating American and British models, which resulted in a stilted, artificial, and unnatural style, lacking vitality and spontaneity. So, in 1910 to 1924 period of imitation, the creations are in 1919 UP College Folio, 1920 Bulletin of Philippine Herald, 1924 the Philippine Review, the Independent, Rising Philippines and Citizen, and the Philippine Education Magazine. The next one is the period of self-discovery and growth. By this time, Filipino writers had acquired the mastery of English writing. They now confidently and completely wrote on a lot of subjects, although the all-time favorites of love and news persisted. They went into all forms of writing like novels and drama. So, here are some of the Filipino writers on the American colonization. The first one is Maximo Magoyat Calao, 1891 to 1955. He studied at the Philippine Normal School and the University of Philippines, wherein he became the editor of Colegio Folio, the first school paper in UP. His famous writings are Usapin ng mga Filipino in 1915, The Development of Philippine Politics in 1926, and The Filipino Rebel, A Romance of the American Occupation of the Philippines in 1931. The next writer is Faustino S. Aguilar, 1882 to 1955. He was one of the first novelists in the Philippines to explore and present social realism through literature. Pinagluhaan was Faustino's response against imperialism and colonialism. The next writer is Paz Marquez Bertines, 1894 to 1983, authorized the first Filipino modern English language short story, Dead Stars, published in the Philippine Herald in 1925. Bertines was among the first generation of Filipino trained in the American education system, which used English as a medium of instruction. The next writer is Zailo Galang, 1895 to 1959. A self-starter, he learned typing and stenography in English and Spanish all by himself. Attracted to English language, he took special courses at the University of the Philippines in 1925, then went to Columbia University for further studies in literature. He was soon writing books of fiction, biography, and philosophy, and his output was prodigious. His early poems were saw print on the Kapampangan paper, I Mangabiran. He authored A Child of Sorrow, the first English novel written by a Filipino. This was later made into a movie in 1930. The next writer is Amado Vera Hernandez, 1903 to 1970, a Filipino writer and labor leader who was known for his criticism of social injustice in the Philippines and was later imprisoned for his involvement in the communist movement. He was the central figure in the Land Bank legal case that took 13 years to settle. While being a reporter, columnist, and editor of several newspapers and magazines, including Watawat, Mabuhay, Pilipino, Makabayan, and Sampaguita, he also honed his poetic craft. He received the Republic Cultural Heritage Award, a number of palancas, and an award from the National Press Club for his journalistic achievements. The next writer is Manuel Argelia, 1911 to 1944. He was a Filipino novelist and publisher. He was the founder of Inang Lupa Publishing and was active in textbook in the 1950s. He also wrote many stories and novels about his country and native land. He was awarded a Commonwealth Prize for his English novels called His Native Soil. The next writer is Wilfredo Maria Guerrero, 1911 to 1995. He also became the director of Filipino players from 1941 to 1947. He wrote well over 100 plays, 41, one which have been published. His published and unpublished plays have either been broadcast over the radio or staged in various parts of the Philippines.
So class, be in mind that the separate yet parallel developments of the Philippine literature in English and those in Tagalog and other languages of the archipelago during the American period only prove that the literature and writing in whatever language and in whatever climate are able to survive mainly through an active imagination of writers. So those are the important events, history, and contribution of Philippine literature under the American colonization.
So again, this is your instructor, LV Albona Varenya, Bachelor of Elementary Education, 3rd year, Lit 1, Section J of Negros Oriental State University, Shaton Campus.